You are watching WPTV, award-winning college television.
Welcome back to the desk. The women's basketball season is just about to end here in the month of March as the Pioneers are fighting for the third ECAC championship. Here to discuss that and more is Daniel Karp, Matt Jinks, Kyle Moppert, and Brian Montiel. With the Pioneer season coming to an end, let's discuss who our MVP picks are for the Pioneer season as a whole. And Daniel, I'll go to you first. Who's your MVP?
I got to go with Patty Walsh. Everybody here at the desk knows that I'm a Patty Walsh stan, and she's just been amazing this year. Her second year with the Pioneers added .51 on her field goal percentage, went from about 360 up to 411 as your big man in the NJAC for women's basketball. That's amazing. A little bit of a minute shortage this year. We saw her at the end of the first half not get much playing time, and just her presence on the court's amazing. Wears the heart on her sleeve, especially that game at Montclair in the NJAC semifinals. She had the game of her life. So for me, Patty Walsh, her presence on the court deserves the MVP for the Pioneers this season.
Yeah, I know you love Patty Walsh.
Big Patty Walsh.
Great pick by you.
I know.
Kyle, I'll go to you. Who's your MVP?
My MVP of this team is Brianna Smith. Some people call her Brianna Curry. That could just be me, but all she does is rain threes. She leads the team in points per game, 3 points per game, and steals per game. And she's the leader of this team. It's got to be Brianna Curry.
Yeah,
Brianna Curry.
Yeah, another great pick for you, Kyle, but I'll move over to you, Jinx.
It's got to be Renee Wells, the newest member to the 1,000-point club as a junior. This season is just career high after career high. 387 points, 13-3 a game, 70 assists this year, a career high. I mean, who else could be the MVP?
Yeah, we'll get into who in just
Patty
a
Walsh.
second here. Brian, finish off. Who's your MVP?
If you want to talk about presence, it's Victoria Palladino. She was running the point all season this year. She averaged the most points of her career, most assists of her career, and she was second in the team in steals. Her and Jay Martinez were freaking dogs on the defensive end and perimeter. They were just hogging and dogging the other teams, pressing them full court. She was a real just a dog. Really, she was a part of the press. A lot.
Yeah, Pal,
Daniel made me laugh. You got me cooked.
yeah, Pal defense as we
Yeah,
all
Pal
call her.
defense.
Renee Wells just scored her 1,000th career collegiate point as a junior against Hunter College in the first round of the ECAC tournament last week. And Kyle, take us through her numbers.
Yeah, let's check out these stats. She's averaging 28.1 minutes per game this season, along with 13.3 points per game. She's shooting at a split of 37% from the field and averaging 5.2 rebounds per game.
Yeah, great season, and that's why she's a great player. But I'll move over to you by why is she such a great player?
I think she just has a really good inside game. We know her as a great shooter, but her inside game is really her bread and butter. When she needs that bucket, she goes to the post, she goes to the mid-range. She has that drop step that she hits probably like 80% of the time in there, and people know it's coming, but no one can ever stop it. She just touches it on the glass just perfectly every single time, and her inside game is like a real big reason why she scores so many points.
Mm-hmm. Jinxie, talk me through it.
It's got to be her longevity and her ability to get better every single year. She's scored over 300 points every season she's played, and her stats have just gotten better every single year. And it's not just her offense. Her defense, too, with 152 rebounds and a career high 58 steals this season, is just got to be her longevity.
Go up.
It's got to be her diversity on the court. Renee Wells has just been super consistent as a whole in her career as a Pioneer, and she could run an offense at the 1. She could run the 5 when Patty Walsh is not in the game. She could just do it all, and she's shooting great all season. 2.5 assists, 13.3 points per game, this exact same as last year. So Renee Wells, just the diversity she brings on the court and the super consistency is just what makes her so great.
Mop, finishes off. Talk to me about Renee Wells.
Yeah, I think the scoring ability of Renee Wells is really a true factor. And every time she touches the ball, she goes to look to score. And, she just shoots with confidence. And, it's really it. She's got that scoring mentality.
Yeah, the basketball team had a very dominant weekend in the ECAC tournament. Brian, take us through these 2 games that they had.
Well, the basketball team just dominated this weekend against the Bearcats in the first game. The score was 81-63, 55 rebounds to 33, so we were dogging the boards. 70% from the field to 66% on the field for the Bearcats. 50% from 3, something that we haven't seen much of this season. They improved this weekend on it to the 20%, and Renee Wells scored her 1,000th career point in this one. Then the next game, it was straight belt. just belt. 88-36 against Hunters College. 44 rebounds to 22, 56% from the field to 23% from the field, 53% from three compared to 11 from three. It was just pure domination from the Pioneers in this second game, and it was a semifinal, and we took it very easy. It was very easy.
Yeah, very dominant weekend for the Pioneers. Jinx, I'll move over to you. What did they do to be so dominant?
It had to be their ball movement. One of their greatest strengths is disrupting defenses and getting the ball to their star players. And once you get the ball to someone like Renee Wells or Patty Walsh, it's going to be hard to stop them, and they're going to score if they're going to be a threat to score if they have the ball.
Brian, I'll go back to you. Why were they so dominant?
I got to say, their efficiency, something that we haven't seen too much from the team is efficient three-point shooting. In these 2 games, in the first game against the Bearcats, 7 for 14 from 3, 50% from 3, and against Hunter, 8 for 15, 53% from 3. And in those games, they shot 45% and 56% from 3. That's very efficient basketball from our Pioneers team, and that's something I want to see going forward.
Karp, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of Brian. The 3 ball has just been amazing. Every time on the court, 3-point goal. Yeah, going to keep it short. Brianna Smith, Maddie Chiara, Victoria Palladino, who, by the way, has a 33% field goal percentage, 3-point percentage this year. She stepped up her game. I don't know what she did, but she really stepped up her game in terms of shooting just as a whole this year. So Pioneers, like Brian said, efficient 3-point shooting. It's been great to see because they really struggled behind 3 all year.
Mop, round us out here.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the heart and soul of this team, and it's their defense. They've been solid all season. In the last month, they've held opponents to 52 points per game, and they've been outscoring teams by over 100. Not over 100. The total outlet, plus minus, is over 100 points in the last month of games. And, I was on the call last weekend for the semifinal game, and just their defense was so dominant, and, that's what this team's all about.
Yeah, their defense was dominant. The final versus Allegheny College Gators is this Saturday at the WEC Center. Daniel, take us through these head-to-head stats.
I am super excited for this game tomorrow. The Pioneers taking on the Gators. Points per game, Pioneers with 66.8 to the Gators 69.6. 40.6 rebounds a game to about 46.4 rebounds a game. Look at the field goal percentage. Pioneers at 38, Gators at 40. And on the turnover margins, the Pioneers are at 16.1, Gators 16.4. So the Gators look like, in terms of numbers, they have the favorite, but the Pioneers have just been absolutely dominating the ECAC all season. So I think that they have the favor in this match.
Yeah, you got that right. Kyle, I'll go to you. After a long season of basketball, it comes down to this, and how can the ladies bring home a third ECAC championship?
The way to do it is just to stay consistent with their play, their game plan. Like I said, the defense, heart and soul, they've been solid all year. They move the ball so well. They play as a team. They're such a tight group. So all you got to do is stay consistent with your game plan, lock down on defense, and the shots will come along. And defense turns to offense. And also, defense wins championships.
Yeah, defense does win championships. Jinxie, how can they do it?
I think they got to get to the free throw line. They've been dominating their opponents at the free throw line this season, and it's one of their strengths. Especially in these big tournament games, free throws can win the games entirely. And if they're able to execute when they get there, I think they have a really good chance of winning.
Brian?
I'm just going to piggyback off my last answer. They just got to stay efficient. Like I said, this is the most efficient I've seen this team in a while, and that's pretty good. We're going into this championship this efficient. I think we just got to keep that, stay consistent, like you said, and stay efficient.
Clark, finish us off with this segment.
It's the answer I say all the time. Get rebounds. Jada Jacobs, Patty Walsh, Leilani Pinder, Renee Wells have been getting rebounds this whole tournament. The rebound margin is only 2.2 in the whole year, but this rebound margin, 99-60 in this ECAC tournament. They've been amazing, and really shout out to Leilani Pinder coming in for Patty Walsh and gets off the court. She's been putting her heart and soul, the true freshman, and she has a bright future ahead of her. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Leilani Pinder for just being an absolute dog on the court this season.
Yeah, absolutely. That will do it for the 2024-2025 William Patterson basketball season. Good luck to the Pioneers tomorrow as they look to capture an ECAC championship for the 3rd time. It's been a pleasure covering them all season long, but it's going to get chilly in here as we move over to the ice with Bailey and the NHL crew next on WP Sports Desk.